You mentioned Bob Huggins, Coach Beeline, the Hall of Fame lineage of coaches that are still around but have been at this program. Did you talk with any of them? Have you talked with any of them since getting the job? Do you want to do that?
I haven't had a chance to talk to those guys, but any opportunity that I would get, I would love to pick their brain about basketball, about life, about this place, all of it. Certainly relish that opportunity.
And then in terms of roster building, people have been able to see kind of some of the work you've been doing in the portal the last week since taking the job and still coaching North Texas. Most of that work looks like you've been looking at a lot of guards. There have been some forwards. That also has kind of what's been done the last couple of years here as well. It is something that sometimes concerns fans because they look for size. They don't want just a full guard team. Is there a reason for that? Is it easier to recruit guards? What's your overall plan in terms of what fans should expect portal-wise, positional, and size of players?
I certainly, you have to have a baseline physicality in the Big 12 and in college basketball to win games. You have to be able to defend and rebound the basketball. You can't get physically just mushed. So you have to have that. There has to be a baseline physicality that you must have, With that being said, anytime you look out there this time of year in March, there's usually somebody special with the ball in their hands up top. And, you just look at the teams that are still left playing, they're complete teams. But, even talking about, Tech, and my heart broke for those guys last week, but you look at some of the shots that Clayton made, just jumping up out of nowhere and just making incredible shots. So you got to have good guards. They have the ball in their hands. They control games. So I think what you've seen, especially in this time period of college basketball, that there's certainly an emphasis on having really good guards. But you can't neglect size and physicality.
So it's more intentional than it is just easier to get guards.
Yeah, there's more of them.
There's more of them, right?
And quite naturally, you're going to play more guards during a game than you will bigs. You're gonna play 3-guard lineups, and even people are more apt to going small now. If you can get bigger guards, you can maybe even downsize a little bit and play some 4-guard lineups. So quite naturally, your roster is going to typically be made up of more guards, and because they play more at the same time. But I don't think it's an emphasis necessarily that we want to neglect the forwards in the center position. And just go recruit all guards. It's just there's more up there.
You also brought up Joe Mazzola with the Celtics a little bit. That'll be my last one. And then Ren mentioned him too. What have your conversations with him been like? Did he talk to you at all prior to this? Was he involved in this process at all? Do you know him at all?
I haven't had a chance to talk to Coach Mazzola at all. But I am hopeful, when things slow down a little bit for both of us, that I have an opportunity to get a chance to meet him. And I have such intense respect for the coach he is, but more importantly, the Christian man he is and how he's not afraid to lead with his faith.
Ross, you mentioned your offense and the efficiency. Pace of play, is that dictated by personnel? Is that deliberate?
Some of it is personnel, and some of it was regardless of what anyone else may thought, we wanted to win a national championship at North Texas, and we wanted to win games in March. And we kind of decided to build it with the end in mind and play that way the whole time. And we always scheduled really good, and the truth was when we were at North Texas, if you were going to get on a neutral floor with Kansas or Auburn, you're probably not going to want to run up and down with those guys. You're probably going to want to give yourself an opportunity. Again, if you look at any of our all-league players, all-league guards, if they're open, it's not like you're telling them don't shoot it. But you just didn't want to take kind of that mid-period of contested shots just for the sake of playing the tempo and pace.
Did you talk to Coach McCaslin on what that jump to this level might be like and kind of how that transition is?
Of course. He's Coach Mack's one of my best friends. We do life together. I had the opportunity to work closely with him for 7 years, and even prior to that, we both were young junior college coaches competing against each other and trying to find our way. And he's been a great resource, and he's just a great man. And so we talk about everything, every step of the way, all across the board. So yeah, he was very helpful with that.
I know you visited West Virginia, you said, as a visiting coach once before. You didn't get the full flavor, though, you
No,
said,
I
right?
didn't. There was no crowd, so the gunshot was even louder, like reverberated for like 15 seconds after. But did get a chance to, look at the facilities and just see some of the tradition and the history, and the Coliseum's it's like a palace, man. It's like you're entering in the Roman Coliseum, man. It's just such an incredible building. And when we were at North Texas, played Marshall every year, and so spent some time on that part of the state as well. So, but yeah, I can't wait to see the Coliseum full.
Did you ask Phil Forte what it's like?
Oh yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed. That was one thing that he was clear about, how incredible this program is, the fan base. He had great things to say about it.